Hello again, whiskey fans. We're here with the Glenlivet 12-year. This is their flagship. And I believe the second most popular single malt scotch in the world. Probably not because it's the absolute best, although it is good, but because it is fairly reasonably priced in the mid-30s, which for a single malt scotch of decent quality, that's really good. It's one of what I call the three Glens. You've got Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, the most popular, I believe, and Glenmorangie, probably my favorite. Whose default offering is probably my favorite of the group. But this is a really nice whiskey, and if you haven't tried it, this is a really great starter scotch. And I think it's one that a lot of people drink regularly for that reason. Now, the smell that this is a very sweet smell and a very sweet whiskey. Honey comes at you with a little kind of like grassy smell. And kind of straw and honey. Don't need to cut it much, but just a little bit. Open it up. Now the honey is just powerful. Again, honey with some kind of straw. Booze in there somewhere, but those are the dominant flavors. Which they're both pleasant flavors. This is likely the sweetest scotch. I know generally bourbon is associated with sweetness. But I don't think any scotches that I'm aware of are as young as sweet as this. I mean, there are others, I'm sure. This one's very sweet, and I think that the 12-year is a very good whiskey. But I think if the Glenlivet 15 is substantially better. And I'll do a review of that one, and it may be worth the extra price, though it is quite a bit more expensive for that extra 3 years. But you seem to get a lot for the extra 3 years because there's a wildness in this whiskey, along with the honey and the kind of straw type flavor that or kind of grainy flavor that I think would be better without kind of this harshness. It's not really bitter, but it's just this lack of smoothness. And this whiskey smooths very well. I've had the Glenlivet 18, although again in a bar, and so not in the context where I could really, and again, generally I find I notice the difference between 12 and 15, and I notice the difference between 15 and 18, but it's not always clear to me if the difference is an improvement. Or not. You can see that one goes down fast. Again, it's a sweet one. This is a great sipping whiskey. One that I think will go over well if you have company. So well worth keeping in stock. I think they're are other ones at a similar price range. For instance, I think Glenmorangie is a little better. But this is at least I like it a little better. But some people like Glenlivet better, and that's absolutely defensible. Glenlivet is an excellent Scotch, and again at an excellent price, and so it's well worth kind of getting out for it. But if you're not a Scotch drinker, it's probably the best starter Scotch that you can have. Although Scotch is like any other type of whiskey, like bourbon, there's not Scotch is not one size fits all, and so you can get Glenlivet and you get a good taste for those. But then if you go over to an LA, that's a very different type of whiskey. Anyway, that's all I got.